we're going to do a segment every month. Every month we do the show. I think I said week before, but it's a month. I'm doing a monthly show, not a weekly show. Let's get that straight. But I'd like to introduce you all to my wife, Nava Paskowitz Asner.
Thank you,
And
Matt.
she's going to be a part of this show every month. And we're going to talk about
Excited.
family and about things that drive us crazy and things that threaten us. And it's going to be really personal and, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you ready?
Try to give people hope.
Are you ready to do that?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. So I was thinking about this. I was thinking, what do we do for what's the first thing that we're going to do together on the show? And I thought, you know what?
It's a family show, Matt.
It's a family show. We've established that. It is a family show. But I would really like to talk about how we met.
Okay.
I think that would be the perfect origin kind of thing.
Okay.
First episode, first issue kind of thing. So let's talk about how we met. So
Do you want me to, or you're the host.
I'm the host, so I'll start.
Okay.
So I was sitting at my desk one day, and I get this phone call. Now I've known Nava's brother Adam for 16, 17 years now.
Long time.
Adam was my neighbor and lived right across the street from me.
Mm-hmm.
And we became really good friends. And when I got the job at Autism Speaks, we spoke. And Nava, Eddie, her son Eddie,
My youngest.
her youngest son Eddie, had just been diagnosed with autism like a month after I was hired.
Yeah.
A month.
It was very weird, the timing of it. It was very, I think that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
With everything that happened, it was kind of like everything domino faded from that time frame.
Exactly. In my job as executive director, I talked to a lot of families. I talked to a lot of moms that had just gotten a diagnosis, and that was something I did quite a bit of.
Yeah.
So I get a phone call from Nava, and she's very nervous and
Crying.
and
Yeah.
very upset, and we had a great talk, about an hour probably.
Longer.
Longer?
It was a long
Okay.
time. Because I
And-
remember saying to somebody, here this huffy, head of this huge organization, he's a friend of my brother's, but he doesn't know me. And you took a crazy amount of time just listening to me and giving me hope, by the way, in a very dark time in my life.
Well, I was in that position myself, and I didn't have anyone to talk to. I had my dad to talk to, who had gone through it with my brother.
Right.
But it was different. I did not have that voice of reason. I didn't have that voice of hope.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever someone called me to talk to me about that, I would stay on the phone with them for forever.
So I wasn't special.
No, but you became special. No, I mean, you were special because you were my friend Adam's sister.
Right.
And that was
And you knew my
special.
dad also.
And I knew
Ed,
your dad.
Ed and
Yeah.
my dad were friends.
Absolutely. And so we really started as a kind of a
Family show, Matt.
volunteer kind of.
Yeah. No, I think from there, the biggest step for me was that you recommended I join a mom's group, a support group, and that really changed my whole life.
Yeah.
That changed my whole life to have the support and the just the experience of moms like Priscilla Picard, who had been through this time, and I was going through a horrible divorce at the time, and so a lot of the moms, 85% divorce rate, as you know, in
Yes, I
special
do.
needs families, and so we were both going through not just my similar experience with Eddie, but we were both going through divorces, and I think, and I know you'll agree with me that we became best friends for
Yeah,
a
we
long
did.
time.
Yeah.
And we would talk for hours about things that I think a typical boyfriend or girlfriend with a typical family could never relate to. You would tell me about your day, and if Will had a fit that day, and if I was saying that at the time Eddie was nonverbal and he was having tantrums all day long at the time. So it was that commonality that we had that nobody could.
Well, and I
we
think
had.
we were emotionally in the same boat, very
were.
much in the same boat.
We were.
And I think we really ended up helping each other and becoming good friends.
Very good
and
friends.
Then it just kind of happened, right?
Yes.
And here we are. Here
we are, old
now
married
we're married. But we have a large family.
Yeah.
We have a large
6
family.
kids. We have 6 children, 3.75 on the spectrum, and each one of the kids is unique, even the typical ones. But it's a handful. I was telling somebody yesterday that my advice to any parent is to really take the time with your husband or wife and your partner and just have that reconnection once a week, or else that 85% divorce rate is going to,
Well,
increase.
and I do have to say we're lucky in that regard.
Yeah.
Because we do get time together. And
Yeah.
I think that's a very special thing. And I would say that to anyone if there is respite out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I would use that respite to connect with your significant other.
Well, it's vital.
It's vital. It is vital. It's vital not to lose that, that part of